Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer. We wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We are dealing with the constitutional explainers. Over this festive season, as I said, it's a special tribute to the late Raila Amolo Odinga, to the late President of the Republic of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki, who read the Constitution, and we just passed it. But what is it today? We are now in chapter 5, the most controversial question about land. Remember, we had dealt last week on issues of land, but let us look at the constitutional principles on land. Chapter 5, it says here it is classified the types of lands that we have. In Article 61, it provides that all land in Kenya belongs to the people of Kenya, collectively as a nation, as communities and as individuals. And it provides land in Kenya is classified in public, community, or private. What does public land mean? You hear every other time people talking about public land. This is found in Article 62 of the Constitution. This is land which at the effective date was an unalienated government land as defined by an act of parliament. This is land owned and occupied by state organs. The land that has also been transferred to the state by way of sale, surrender, or reversion. For example, the government can buy land. The government can revert land. The government can take land that has been surrendered. The land that has come from communities to government. This is in government possession. Number F, there has been war in Shinyalu, in Ikolomani, in Kwale about minerals. Who owns minerals? Do you know where you are? Down there. A friend of mine called Bramwell tells me in their land down there are minerals. Na ni yao. Akia Mungu mtu akiguza, atakimbizwa na panga. Article 62E says, all minerals and mineral oils are as defined by law. Any mineral belongs to government. My brother Bramwell is shocked. Now he asked me to tell this to Kenyans. Are minerals owned by government? Yes. Article 62, Article F. Then G, Cyrus tells me ile miti walipanda, mtu asicheze nayo. Who is the owner of forests? Cyrus anasema ni yao. Na mwingine Vivian alinipigia juzi simu ananiambia, elezea mambo ya forest. What does Article 62F says? All government forests, other than other forests, applies to. So all forests of government belong to do. Number 2, government game reserves. Any government game reserve belongs to government. 3, water catchment areas. Remember the riparian rights. Pale chini ya mto si kwako. So stop being told that your father gave you land mpaka kwa mto. Any water catchment area, swamps, all those areas are government lands. Then national parks, government animal sanctuaries, and especially protected areas. All those don't belong to you. Those lands belong to government. A big issue. H, what about the roads? Who owns the roads? Have you ever asked that question? Ile barabara ikipita kwako, ni yako ama ni ya nani? Article 62 says H, all roads, all thoroughfares are owned by government. I, can you claim you are the owner of a river? You are the owner of a lake? You are the owner of a pond? Interesting topic over Christmas. What does Article 62I says? all rivers, lakes, and other water bodies belong to government. Any water body. Do you know you cannot dig a well? That water in your land, when you go down to pick water from a well, you must get a license from Warma, because the Constitution says water is not yours. Water belongs to government. Rivers belong to government. A very interesting topic. Then the territorial sea. Are you bordering the sea? Then you say that's your water. The exclusive economic zone at the seabed. The seabed is not yours. It belongs to the government of Kenya. The waters. So the next question we ask you, do you own the fish? Do you own the frogs that are there? The answer, you now have it. The continental shelf, K, belongs to government. All land between high and low water marks at the seas and the oceans. Any land in M, any land not classified as private or community land under this Constitution, and any land declared to be public land by an act of parliament. So all lands that the government has compulsorily acquired, Article 62 now tells you what is public land. Then it says in 2, then this public land will be in whose hands? Public land shall vest and be held by a county government. The county government shall hold the public land in trust for the people resident in that county. All public land in Bungoma do not belong to Governor Lusaka. All public land in Nyamira do not belong to Governor Nyaribo. All public land in Trans Nzoia do not belong to Governor Natembeya. All public land in Nairobi do not belong to Sakaja. Who do they belong to? The people resident in that county, and shall be administered on their behalf by the National Land Commission. So all these land shall be administered by the National Land Commission. We shall be dealing with these commissions in the next coming issue. Therefore, 4, get this. Can the governor sell public land? Can the president allocate public land to anybody for free? Can you do a story in court helicopter and you are given land by the president? Listen to Article 4, 62, Article 62, 4. And I read, public land shall not be disposed or sold of or otherwise used except in terms of an act of parliament specifying the nature and terms of that disposal or use. Public land cannot be sold. Public land cannot be given as a gift to a girlfriend or to a boyfriend. Public land is public land. And today, you know, you cannot deal with public land. A Maasai friend of mine called Sinoe has called me from Mombasa. He's asking me, what about the community land? What about community land? Article 63 deals with what is called community land. It says, community land consists of land that is owned by group representatives that belong to a community. So, the community land are determined by ethnicity, culture, or community interests. And this land is ancestral lands and lands traditionally occupied by hunter and gatherer communities, and is lawfully held on trust by the county governments. The Maasai land is in Kajiado is held on trust by the county government of Kajiado. county government of Samburu, county government of Siaya, county government are holding that land on trust of the communities. And that land in Article 63(4) says it cannot be sold or used without express provisions of the law. So that is what you call the community land. The final type of land is the private land. Kale kashamba kako, mugunda kako, your small plot, your small land, your 100 acres of land. What does the law say? Private land. Private land consists of registered land held by any person under any freehold tenure. We did that last week. So this land is private and it can be held, it can be dealt with as the owner wants. That is your private land. You can use it, you can bury people there as you can. But what about foreigners? Are foreigners allowed to own land in this country? Article 65 deals with Article 65(1) says, a person who is not a citizen may hold land on the basis of a leasehold tenure only, and such lease, however granted, shall not exceed 99 years. Foreigners can never own land absolute. They can only get land on a leasehold. Remember, the leasehold before the Constitution, they were 999 years. The Del Montes, all those companies. The Constitution reduced them to a maximum of 99 years. So no foreigner can have absolute land. He can only have land on a lease. He is hiring that land for a maximum of 99 years. Then we are saying a body corporate can own land. A company can own land, but that land will be for a period specified for there. Then lastly, the regulation of land use. Article 66 has provided for that the laws to be made, and we made those laws. We discussed those laws. If you missed them, look at the explainer where we dealt with chapter 300 of the laws of Kenya. Those are the provisions that deal with matters land, and you now understand what the issues of land are. Lastly, all land matters will deal with the National Land Commission, which is an entity, an independent constitutional office under Article 67 that deals with issues about land. And any land issue in Article 70, any dispute of land will go to the ELC court, Environmental and Land Court. It is from the magistrates court. We have magistrates who are specially gazetted to deal with land matters, and also the High Court relating to matters of land. That marks the end of issues of land and environment, because we have provided for that any dispute about the environment and land will go to the ELC court, which is a specially designated court to deal with that. Okay, Danstan Omari, bringing it to you as it is. Raila Odinga's death, Kibaki's death left a vacuum, but Court Helicopter has covered that vacuum. We shall be bringing you, imagine, 25 episodes about the Constitution. Today, we have finished with chapter 5. We are now moving to chapter 6. Wakili Danstan Omari.